triathlete TJ Tollakson, CEO of Dimond Bikes, and today you're in the kitchen with TJ. We've got another Vitamix versus Blendtec showdown, and today it's going to be one of my favorite winter meals, but it's great any time of year actually. It is a sweet potato soup. So one of the coolest things about these heavy-duty blenders behind me is that they actually make hot soup. So we're gonna get into this in a little bit, but I've got some ingredients here in front of me. Sweet potatoes, peppers, spinach, kale, carrots, pumpkin seeds, sriracha, basil, and I'm gonna get some celery, and we're gonna get this started. So the first thing that I wanna do is I actually wanna take these sweet potatoes, and you could use a fork or a knife. It's kind of cool to hold a big knife like this. Poke little holes in this. Just don't poke your hand with it, but you know, you feel like you're in a Hitchcock movie or something when you hold a big knife this way. So I'm just going to set them on the glass tray. On the sweet potato setting, we're going to get those cooking. So that's going to use sensor cook to cook those. I'm going to chop an onion and these peppers and some celery, and we're going to get going. And so this is great, by the way. You can see I've got a new bag of these peppers. So these peppers that I have right now are at the end of their life, and there's nothing better than using a pepper at the end of its life for some soup. Now they're not rotten or moldy or anything like that, but they've passed their peak crispness, which is why I have another bag in the fridge. So I'm going to use all of these in the soup here. Now you can see I already have the griddle on medium heat behind me. I'm going to use a little bit of olive oil on there. And what's crazy is I don't actually even need to worry about these seeds, because by the time I make the soup, the seeds will be totally obliterated in here.
I don't believe it!
We're just going to put half the ingredients in each blender, make a smaller serving of soup in 2 different blenders, and then we can test them out and see which one turned out better. So here are my peppers. I'm going to pick these up, and I'm just going to throw these on the griddle behind me. Just want to cook those a little bit. While I'm doing that, I'm going to get my onion out. I'm just going to peel these apart on here. Again, so there'll be onion rings right now, but it doesn't really matter the shape. You can make them smaller, bigger. Cut. Yeah, it's good flavor going on there.
Are we in Flavor Town right now?
Welcome to Flavor Town.
I'm gonna get some baby carrots going on there. So I could chop these up, or I can just throw them on the griddle, right? Like, it doesn't really matter. I just want to cook them a little bit. Now the celery stalks I am gonna chop up, because those do better a little bit smaller. And plus, how easy is this to chop celery?
That's easy!
Presto. You can see, as of now, I've not added any oil to this whatsoever. It's just on the griddle, getting warm, cooking in its own juice. But just for a little extra flavor on this, I am going to add a little oil sprayed over all this stuff. This is really nice. You saw me last time bust out the pan. Some of you like this, some of you don't. This time I bust out extra virgin olive oil spray, ingredient 100% extra virgin olive oil, that's all. So I'm just going to spray a little bit of that on there, just for flavor. Starting to smell really good in here. You can see I've got vegetables cooking. I need to turn a vent fan on here in a little bit. Starting to smoke up on here, but I don't want to turn the vent fan on because it's going to be a little noisy, so I'm just going to go open a window. So 2 relatively equal sized sweet potatoes cooked in the microwave on auto cook. I'm going to dump 1 in each container, and that's how we get started. Boom, boom. Now, I'm simply going to take these 2 containers, and I'm going to fill half of what's on that skillet into each of these, and then I'm going to dump some kale and spinach in there, and we'll start blending. There's my Vitamix. There's my Blendtec, and as promised, I'm going to throw about half of this amount of kale into the top of this one. Not cooked, doesn't matter. Alright, let's get this going. So we're going to start one at a time. I'm going to start with the Vitamix. I'm going to put the lid on. I'm not going to use the tamper to start with. It's plugged in. It's got a setting right here for hot soup. I'm going to hit it. We're going to rock and roll. Alright, so I lied. I'm going to use the tamper. Oh, maybe not. Use the tamper. Went ahead and just shut that off. It wasn't even done. But woo! Look at that steam coming out of there. Look how hot that is just for processing it. So we've got a nice, good, creamy mixture here. We're going to pour it in the bowl here. And take a look at what that baby looks like. So we garnish these. This is actually how I would garnish this if I was eating it. I would sprinkle a handful of these pumpkin seeds on top. Drizzle some sriracha on there. Soup. So you just saw what happened there in the Vitamix. We're gonna fire up the Blendtec, and I'm committed right now to not using the tamper on the Blendtec. We'll see how it goes. Obviously a lot quieter so far. So again, I'm going to fall back on the advice that yes indeed you need a tamper with the Vitamix. So I'm going to take the cover off, switch lids real quickly. We're not close to being done, but already, if I had to choose a winner in which blender's doing a better job, it's got to be the Vitamix, right? This guy seems to be getting worked pretty hard. He's got all kinds of food up here. This is not being blended very well. I'm going to stick the tamper in to try to get more food down there. You can see we're not anywhere close to where we were with the Vitamix at this point. Well, if I was going to stop now, it would be some pretty gnarly looking soup. So I'm going to take it out and hand shake this to try to agitate it. Let's get your shake weight going, folks. Come on! Alright, we'll see if that doesn't make a little difference. Still pretty disappointed in the performance here. It's definitely hot, but man, that does not look anything like the Vitamix soup. I don't know that I would even eat that. And there's still big chunks of vegetables in there. I'm gonna switch the lid back, take the tamper lid off, and see if maybe it needs a little vent. I don't want anyone from Blendtec accusing me of rigging this in Vitamix's favor. I'm scared to see what the results are still. Yeah, still doesn't look like soup, that's for sure. See if we can't make it any better. just gonna pour it. We're gonna show the results now, and then we're gonna do a little taste test. But man, I will tell you, this is not quite as appetizing. It's gonna come out a lot chunkier. It looks a little bit more like oatmeal than it does soup. So that's probably gonna be a little bit harder to eat. Just would guess. So we'll leave it at that. You can look inside these two containers to see, but man, wow, this thing is chunky, this thing is smooth. There is no question about that. I will dress them the same. We'll get a final picture of what they look like. There we go. There are two soups. I'm going to sample these right now and just kind of tell you how it tastes. We're going to start with this one just because. Get a little bit of sriracha in there. Take a good spoonful. Doesn't taste bad. The texture does not taste like soup though, I will tell you that much. It is way more like oatmeal. Smooth and creamy, tastes like soup. This one you would want to eat. So I hate to say it, but victory to the Vitamix. Loud, aircraft carrier taking off, but man, look at the end product of this baby. That's a win for Vitamix, which is why I said I can't get rid of the thing. Love it. And the soup, it's good. And green. Fill up on this baby. Low sodium, super healthy. Nice taste to it. Sweet potato is the base. You saw what went into it. Join in next time. Thanks for following along. We'll do some more of these Vitamix versus Blendtec. Let you know what appliance you should be using in your kitchen.